Not being able to visit Disneyland haunts me. If you are like any other Disney lover, you will be excited for Disneyland to reopen on April 30th with 15% capacity and only open to California residents. Well then, another walk to my parents' room. Just kidding. I'm fine being safe and all, watching mostly Jaden animations and The Odd One Is Out on YouTube non-stop for repeating for the rest of the day. But I am not going to bore you with my stories about missing Disneyland. I'm going to tell you a few stories I actually have and remember from Disneyland. My last trip was actually in February of 2020, and it was fun. Now on to story 1. This actually happened on that February trip, and it was the coolest thing that I was never predicting that would happen on that day. I never thought I was going to see it when I was alive. Okay, so the Haunted Mansion, a very classic ride, broke down while I was in the hallway about 1,200 inches away from boarding the Doom Buggy, and all of a sudden, the line stopped. We waited in line for around 15 minutes until the employees told us the ride is closed down. My guess was somebody fell off the Doom Buggy at the end and broke her leg. That was my guess. You don't have to agree with my guess. You could think other things too. And yeah, so I was wondering, how will we get out? We were past the stretching room, and then I realized after watching so much TPM vids, there is a breakdown happening. So we get to ride the stretching room upward. We get to ride the stretching room upward. Wow, I was extremely excited because a breakdown like this was insane. When we were boarding, I was shivering. I was so excited because I got to finally be like the major Disney YouTubers for once. I'm still very excited that I got to ride the stretching room upward the opposite way. It was insane seeing the pictures on the wall shrink. Even though it doesn't sound like much, but it was way, way funner than it sounded like. Now on to another story on the same trip. Now some people might hate me for this, but I hated California Screamin'. And now that Disney has not removed the loop for the Incredicoaster, I'm completely sad because I hated the loop. But my friend, who I will name Jack, because I want to keep my friend's privacy. Okay, so here's the thing. Jack convinced me to go on the Incredicoaster every time we were on FaceTime for the past month. I kept telling him no until my fear passed away at the age of 10. Cause of death was stabbed by bravery 100 times or so. Okay, so Jack convinced me to go on the Incredicoaster. When we got to the loop, my head wasn't against the back, so on the loop, I was looking at the floor the whole way on the loop. Then my shoulder hurt for a minute, and when we got off the ride, Jack was waiting in the plaza for me. He asked me, "So, Lucas, did you like it?" And I said, "I didn't like it. I loved it." And we were going for 3 days, so I rode the Incredicoaster twice every day. And the last time we rode for the trip, I actually took Jack's tip on putting my head against the back part. And guess what? It worked. I actually felt the loop. It was so insanely incredible. All right. Since my script is getting very long, this will be my last story for the video. Okay, so reminder. This was a very long time ago, so I might not remember some stuff, but I'll add in what I remember. It's another story in California Adventure. We were on Monsters, Inc., and we were riding it when the flying door scene, the ride stopped, and we had to stay there for around 15 minutes until a cast member, who I will name Kayla, evacuated us out of the ride. It's not a very long story, but hey, it counted. Sorry if my animation is not keeping up. I don't really know how to use this app yet. I'm new to it, sort of. I'm new to it still, so yeah, I'm sorry. I'm extremely sorry. Okay. You know what? Alright. Okay, so before the video ends, I will give a shout out and talk a little more. I'd like to give a shout out to Kayla, who safely evacuated us out of the ride, and to Jack, who honestly was the real killer of my fear. Thanks, Jack. And also, more fun news, my mom's birthday is coming up. Happy birthday, Mama. I love you in very muches. Okay, you know what? That should be my next video for my mom. Top 10 reasons I love my mom. Oh, it writes itself. Also, I must let you know that sorry the animation is a little crappy. I'm 10 years old and still learning how to animate myself from 300 to 1,000 frames every week. I'll still grow though. Well, that's going to do it for today's video. And if you have any stories of you getting stuck on a ride at any park, Six Flags, Universal, Disneywhere, anywhere, it doesn't even have to be in the United States. Thank you for supporting me and my first animated video about my life. There will be more where I come from. And also, subscribe to the best YouTubers ever, Jaden Animations, and The Odd One Is Out.